Hello guys, welcome back to our channel, and if you're new, welcome. We want to review the most anticipated MMORPG of this year, Elyon Online. If you're a fan of Terra, Blood and Soul, Black Desert Online, or any other similar MMORPGs, I'm sure you're pretty excited about this game too. And before we start, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video to your friends who are interested on playing this game. So let's get started. Before we start, I would like to say thank you to Kakao Games and Bluehole Studio for the opportunity for us to try Elyon Online as a closed beta tester and as a content creator too. Also, kudos to the team who handled the first day hiccups. And for those of you who didn't know, we weren't able to get into the server, and I think it was a whole day thing. And finally, they got it fixed, and it was on the second day. And it's a good thing that they did extend this closed beta period for one more day to replace the first day. So definitely thank you and kudos to you guys. A little bit of background. So Elyon Online is being published in the NA, EU and Oceania by Kakao Games. And for those of you who didn't know, it's the guys who brought Black Desert Online to the West before transferring its publishing rights to Pearl Abyss. Elyon Online is built on Unreal Engine 3, and it is the same engine that made Elyon Online, Terra Online, and Mass Effect 1, 2, 3. Also, a little bit of disclaimer about the game. The version that you are seeing is not the final version of the game. This CBT is to test the server for them to make adjustments and for us to test the translations and how the game plays in the West before the real launch. So let's begin about the character creation and the job selection. It's actually pretty generic, so you have your tanker slash aggro catcher, I think. It's the slayer. Oh sorry, it's the warlord. And we have the standard assassin, elementalist. My stick is the I think it's the healer. And instead of an archer, they actually have a gunner, which is pretty interesting. They also do have a slayer class, but it's not being really it was not released on CBT1. Alright, let's go to the PvE part. So from level 1 to 36, it's pretty much just grind the quest, so just do every single quest that you can see. And then from level 36 to 37, this actually you need to grind, I think, about 2 days worth of repeatable quests. But if I ever did it again, probably I just wouldn't waste my time on the repeating quests. I'll just go do some, maybe gathering some life skills, gathering some items for crafting, and then on the next day, and then I'll just grind up again. So I think on this CBT I only got to level 37 because I had some other stuff to do. So we only have about 3 days, I would say, about 3 to 4 days, 3 days actually, a full day. And we have to just to test out every single thing, and we try to gather as much information since there's not much information that's been around. So we are kind of like scrambling around to look for informations, but so far there's there are other stuff like the rune management system, and I think there was a Sephiroth tree too, Mana Awakening, I think that would say, and then there was rune management for your equipment. I didn't get too deep into it, so probably I would do more videos on that during CBT2 when I do have the time. And yeah, for PvP lovers up there are matchmaking system, and it can be done by solo, 2 versus 2 and 3 versus 3. And for those of you who like the battleground system, you can queue up as 5 versus 5. I think it's just a fancier map for the PvP part. And for those of you who are in a clan, there's a clan where I think it's about only like 10 people per clan that can participate. I'm not so sure. And then there's also one big event for PvP. We call them Realm vs War. It's basically 200 versus 200. So in the beginning of the game, you are forced to choose between 2 realms. One is Ontari and the other one is Vulpin. And during the Saturday and Sunday, there are set times where this event is happening. I think it's about 30 minutes to 40 minutes. And each time you contribute something to the game, to the event actually, you will get certain points. And when you racked up those points, and then when you reach certain threshold, you will get some goods and I think some medals that you can turn into items after that. So now this is what I like about the game so far. So during my time of playing this game, we actually get this notification of some kind of like a world quest. So there are quests like 20 people raid, 5 people raid, and I think I participated in one of this event where I turned into a sheep and people have to find me. And there's also a fishing competition where in a certain time period you fish, and the person who has the heaviest fish wins. So that event actually is pretty random, but for the 20 people raid, I think it starts on a certain time, but we don't know when that event actually occurs. So whenever that event occurs, it just shows up a notification. There's also this feature where we can reserve a spot for that 20 people raid. I think how it worked, it was if we reserve a spot, we will be given priorities, and for those people who didn't reserve a spot, they will get kicked out if a reserved person is entered the raid. I think that's how it works because I got kicked out once. And another thing that I really love so much is actually about the crafting. So in order to progress in this game, you do have to craft a lot. So you actually do get equipment in the dungeons, but in order for you to get the better equipment, you have to craft it yourself. And I think you can do mining, you can do foraging for herbs, and then you can do fishing too. And yeah, I think that's all three. Oh, you can do also a wood shop, I think. And all of this you can craft in your house. So there's also a housing system, which I didn't get through too much because lack of time. I think if you pay a little bit more in game, you can get a luxury house, which means that people can actually see you in your house. It was actually on the world map itself. So for those who has a common house, you will be transported somewhere else. But if you pay for the luxury one, it is actually on the map. I think it's like bragging rights, if I'm not mistaken. It's just bragging rights. So for technical stuff, the game is built on Unreal Engine 3, so it actually doesn't take a lot of muscle power to actually run this game very fluidly, except in the Realm versus Realm, because I'm actually running i7-6700K and a GTX 1070, and on the Realm War it was graphically intensive that I get stutters. But the game didn't lag at all, so that's really nice. But it's just that my computer couldn't handle it. I think I'm on 1080p, and I think I cranked all my settings to the max. So that's something that we have to be aware. So there are several stuff that I would like to be improved. First of all, it would be the automatic system. So it's basically the auto move thing, but it is on online games. It's starting to get popular, but on some online games they are actually smart enough. So for example, if you do trying to get one place, you set out about okay, the character goes, but if it actually faces a terrain or a monster, it doesn't stop there, it just go around it. Now for this game, you will just keep on trying to get through it, so you will get stuck, and sometimes there are other monsters around that is aggressive and starting to attack you, and you will lose that auto pathing. So that's one of the main thing that they need to be fixed, I think. And one major complaint is actually the Realm War for me. Even though I love it so much, it's just kind of annoying to find out that if you participate once, you can't participate anymore for I think for about a week. And during the weekends, there's actually about four events of Realm War, and you are restricted only for one time. So that's pretty disappointing for me. That was actually quite disappointing. But other than that, I think the game is fun. It looks fine. It is. I'm actually going to trying to play the CBT2 if I get selected to, and most probably I will get on the game when it actually officially launch. Yeah, so recently the MMORPG scene is a little bit kind of meh. So it's pretty nice to see an MMORPG like Elyon Online suddenly trying to come up. So we are all anticipating for this game. So let's hope for the best for Elyon Online. Alright, so that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for Kakao Games and Bluehole Studio, all the community managers on Discord for Elyon Online to allow us participate on this CBT. We hope that we will see you, all of you, in the future for the CBT2. I think there's a confirmed CBT2 being held this year, but we don't know when it is. We're still waiting for. I think we're still waiting for announcement for it, and we also still don't know about the launch. So whenever that happens, we'll definitely make a video of it. And yeah, if you guys have any other questions, comment down below, and I'll be happy to answer it. So that's it from me. Thank you, and see you on other videos. Bye bye.